We are back. So if you could give any piece of advice, what would it be to someone who was looking to do the same thing? Or what made you want to start? Or who gave the advice to make you want to start? Would you give that to someone else?
One of the advice I would give to the person would be to just get started and not make it perfect.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that really stopped me is just not getting started because you think everything should be perfect and every single person you meet has to like, your product. But you just have to get started and then use the first product as a trial and error and, just throw it out there. Even if it's not a clothing line, if it's like you're singing, put out your first song. I mean, if it's not good, you can always delete it later. A lot of the big people out there have all their old videos deleted and all the new ones, the ones that you see now.
I actually like when people have their old stuff because I feel like you can see how far they've grown. And it's like you can see not their growth, but how far they come, and then just how much work that they put into their talent and their grind. To see, like, from back then, they just had one design shirt or one YouTube video and it had like 3-4 views. Or to now, when they have like a bunch of subscribers or a bunch of followers on social media, and people are like say you had a hat, it's just you put it out on the market and the next day it's gone, or people are constantly asking for that. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I totally. When I see somebody that aspire to be like, I always check their social media and I always scroll down all the way to the bottom to see what I can find and you see how they were before the fame, Yeah. And it's a lot of fun sometimes because sometimes you do see some pictures and you're like, wow, this is where they started and they're so big. Then there's other people who just delete everything and, it's a mystery. But
I feel like that sucks.
yeah.
I want to see you grow.
And at the same time, there's some people that, while they were growing, they never put anything up.
That too.
And that also sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why one of the things I'm starting to do is starting to vlog and record. What I started doing is vlogging a couple of the photo shoots I've done. And I did record every time I got a new product. I just haven't edited the video. So once I start editing those videos, I'll start putting those up. And just started like doing a little preview of like where I was before, so I can look back in the future. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So do you feel like is that something you want to go more into, the vlogging of like your everyday?
Yes, definitely not every single thing, but once I graduate, I do want to vlog more of my life. As a college student, there's not really a lot of things you can vlog because you're going from class to class, but when I do graduate and get out of college, I do want to do more vlogging of the things I actually do. Being an entrepreneur. My family, most of them have a business. My dad has a commercial construction business, and then my mom is starting decorations for parties business where she does like balloon arcs and she does rentals for tablecloths. So that's a lot of material I can record.
Yeah, so you're just a family of business owners.
Yeah, that's a great thing. That's where I get it from my family. My dad, since he got here, started working, and his company has like 20 plus years of experience. So he's a really big help, and he's a really big support too. So he says anything I do, he will help me out. And that's one of the great ways I build a great relationship with my dad is basically being business partners and helping each other out, because back then when I was smaller, it was mostly him working, I never saw him. So now that we actually are business partners, talk about how his company's doing, he gives me advice on my company, it's a good way to build a relationship.
Yeah, so he probably already knew you were going to be a business owner, since it's like in your blood, college blood.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Would you be able to, do you see yourself maybe growing in his footsteps since he has been through everything that you're going through now, like the startup, the getting people to trust and buy your product, and just knowing that you're gonna deliver when you say you're gonna deliver?
Yeah, he does really help me out a lot because he does have all those years of experience, specifically just in business, operating a business. He helps me out specifically just taxes and things he didn't work out for him. He helps me to make sure I don't do the same mistakes. I don't have the same errors he has, which really helps me in general. Starting a business, he has his own business, so any questions I do ask him first, and if he doesn't, then I look for others.
Right. So is this your mom's first business? So, or does she has she been doing it for a while now too?
No, she started it more like a hobby.
Okay. So do you guys find yourself giving her advice?
Yes, that's one of the things I want to also do is help her out, grow that business, actually make it into a business, not just a hobby. It's a thing that she's actually investing in, buying little things here and there.
To help.
Yeah, to build, and because she rents tablecloths, so she keeps buying new colors and stuff like that. So she's always investing more money, but it's not like I said, a company that's like doing great revenue and
right for right now.
Yeah, it's mostly like she does it as a hobby and it's something that she likes to do.
Okay, all right. So with the business being small now, you see it growing in the future, and do you see maybe you starting a brand for your whole family, so that way you guys can all be under the same overhead? Like, say if you need construction done, or say if you need party planning done, or event planning, or say if you just need some clothes for a fashion show. Do you want to become a brand of like a family brand?
Yeah, that will definitely be something in the future that we would love to do. Being able to work together as a family. I mean, a lot of the things that we all have cost-ins or things that we can mutually put together, just like camera and pictures, all that is really helpful for marketing and any other business. So I have invested in a great quality camera, and that camera can really help in just a construction company, just taking pictures and videos just for commercial, marketing purposes, and also for party planning or decorating, just in general, taking pictures and video. So a lot of the things that I'm already investing in is helpful for the other two companies.
Right.
And then definitely when we do find either a spot or a store, we can always, be there together on three, split it up. Yeah. And people can come in and find decorations, find clothing, and
construction.
Yeah.
That's cool. How you guys are basically all set up. So are you all running it from where you live now?
Yeah.
So is it busy in your household?
Yeah, it's funny because they're all at home businesses. My mom has her stuff, in the garage all filled up. My products are mostly in my room. I invested in a bunch of bins and stuff to get all the products and get new stuff. And then my dad specifically has a lot of cars, but he has workers, so he splits those up. Okay. Gives each worker a car or something for the tools and all that. So our garage is really filled up. It's, doesn't fit any more cars in there, any cars at all. To say.
So when you get older, if you're children, or if you decide to have children, or your younger cousins or nieces and nephews, if they decide to become a business owner too, would you tell them not to do it? Would you tell them it's hard work, or are you ready for it?
Well, if they are interested, I will give them a chance and put them to work, and then have them feel the experience and see if it's something they like it or not. I won't tell them not to do it, and I won't tell them to do it. I will tell them if you want to experience it yourself, half a year of doing, entrepreneurship or like running a business is not gonna hurt. Right. But they can start doing anything, selling pens or selling stuff. I mean, if it's something that they like and they're willing to put in all the work, and they understand that it's not gonna be all profit and all. Right. Buying new stuff and jewelry all the time.
Not until you get further deep into it.
Yeah, once you build.
I forgot what I was going to say. It was something it was a really good question.
It'll come back.
Come back, because it was really good. But anyway, so do you want to, I know you have the panda, but have you thought of maybe venturing out to other animals?
Yeah, definitely. One of the ideas I did have when I first created the logo was to switch out the panda with other things like a rose and stuff like that. But for the new hats, I have just the simple Savage word, and then the other hats have a panda. But I don't want to specifically stick with the panda. I'm going to expand, have other logos, and work around with stuff. Okay. Have other words specifically.
Do you know what your next animal will be?
Not specifically. I don't know if it might be an animal or it might be just a design.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it something you have to think more into?
Yes. I want to build my audience up first to see what they will like. and then from there I'll see what happens. What people really asking for sweaters and hoodies, but I'm waiting till that time, you know.
Right. Yeah, it's hot. Nobody's
Yes.
I would hope wouldn't see anybody with a hoodie on.
Yeah, but that's one of the big things mostly people wear with clothing brands, like a hoodie or something like that.
Oh, how about also jean jackets?
Yeah, jean jackets.
Of course, when it's cold outside again too, because it's too hot for a jacket.
Yeah, depending on the season.
So when the season, do you try to stay like what people mostly wear? Like maybe have you thought of bathing suits? Probably not for men, but like for women.
Yeah, I've thought of doing bathing suits, but I think it's a little too late now. Maybe for next year.
Okay.
Because it has to be more planned out. I don't want to rush into things, because one of the things I've done is just rushed into it, you know, because I'm like, I definitely have to get this product because it's this time of the year.
Right.
And I don't want to do that. That's why, as well as people were asking me, like, when winter was about to be over for hoodies and all that, you know, I wasn't ready, so I could have just, you know, brought out a couple hoodies, but it wouldn't be what I really wanted to. You know, I'd rather wait till next year, and they're gonna be like, oh, now they got the hoodies. Finally, I've been waiting for one, and I finally got one.
So would you call yourself like a perfectionist?
Well, that's one of the things, because when I said my advice, because I tend to first think it out first and be like, no, I don't know if this is gonna be the right thing, but
right.
I'm starting to change that and just push it out there. You know, get a product out there, even though it's not perfect.
So do you have to feel like maybe it's like a game of chess? You have to know when to play and know when to just like stay still and wait for the next best move, or technically the next best season.
Yeah, definitely, because the way that I work, you know, with not having that much money and having to wait till you sell the products you have to reinvest is really a strategic move that you have to make. What product you're gonna get and how many colors, because people like a product and sometimes don't buy it just because it's not a specific color that they want. Right. So those little things is like something you have to take into consideration. Even if you bring out a bunch of hoodies and then they're all black and then people are like, I love it, but black, I have a lot of black already. Yeah, you have to, and then one of the other things is just in general, sometimes the prices of a product, you can get them cheaper, but you have to buy a lot of them. Right. And you can never, you never know how many, if people are going to be able to buy those, or you're going to be able to sell them all. So it's a lot of experience, a lot of things that I've been experiencing. Just looking for suppliers in general too is a great way to get started. Working with people from different countries. I've worked with people from China and Pakistan, which is really great experience, because sometimes it's like a miscommunication and it's like something that you experience. Yeah, because when I found them was specifically on Instagram. For Pakistan, for my lifestyle t-shirts, I got them from there, and they found me on Instagram. And at first it's sketchy. You have to build a relationship, because it's never a credit card transaction. It's like a regular store from anywhere else. You have to build a communication with them, and specifically know that what you're gonna get from them is what you want, and get a sample first. Right. So that experiencing, getting a sample, getting the product is a good thing. I'm still learning, and I'm still practicing, to communicate. Yeah. And then recently I've worked with somebody from China, which is also, the same, communicating. They luckily knew some English, so I didn't have to, do any translation or anything. But that's where I got my crop tops from, and they're really great material. It's just that they were a little bit more expensive because of the shipping and how far they are. But they're really great material. All the people that have bought them said that they feel so good. It has like 2 or 5% of spandex in it, so it feels really good, especially for the gym. Yeah, they feel so good. I've heard they feel good. I'm not. You don't know from experience. No, not from experience. I mean, feeling
you gotta try on your own product.
Not all of them.
What?
Not all the products.
I mean, everybody don't gotta know, but you could be like, yeah, I would definitely buy this if I was a girl.
Yeah, I don't think I fit even in the large. Yeah.
That brings us to our conclusion of the hour. But this will definitely not be the last time that I have you on.
Definitely not. We'll make a whole series.
I'm with it. I'm with all of it, especially the business aspect. There's people out there who do want to know more things about starting a business. And since you go to business school, you might as well say a little something for the people.
Yes, of course. That way I keep it in my head and so it doesn't leave.
Right.
Keeps
so we got to
it in there.
support the culture. We got to
Always.
support all of our small businesses. Yes, I definitely thank Zavage for being part of the 1500 Radio family.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, so
I would definitely bring more people next time to help me out.
Oh yes, that's
more planned out, and maybe they can share their stories.
I'm with all of that. I'm with the shits. I didn't tell you we can curse on here. I'm sorry.
Oh damn.
After the fact.
No, I didn't have to curse.
No. But thank you so much for joining me. This won't be the last time. This is just the first time. Shout out to Zavage. Shout out to 1500 Radio. Stay tuned for the next shows we got coming up and put on some music till we get into it. But thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody that listened from the Zavage team, and everybody listened from my team. I really appreciate it. And we out.
Yep.